everybody, and welcome to a kind of different video for the channel. I'm doing a little bit of a channel update, and I'm not really sure which channel I'm going to put this on, either the main channel or the secondary channel, because I just want to talk to y'all and sort of discuss what has been going on, what my sort of past few months have been like, what the future is, and what is going on with upcoming videos and all that kind of stuff. So it's going to be a little bit of a deep dive into looking into sort of how the channel is doing. This is a real channel update, sort of a retrospective kind of, where I'm going to go back and take a look at the last few videos, new series, all that kind of stuff, and just see how it's doing, see what I should be spending my time on, all that kind of stuff, and discuss some possible future plans. And then I want to get your input in the comments down below. So I'm going to be repairing my tools here, so let me get my thoughts together and we'll discuss a little bit. So I guess let's start with the new series, because that is where my heart is at the moment, and I'm going to get into sort of why my heart's in certain places and all that kind of stuff down the road a little bit. But yeah, so the new series, Survival, it didn't get off to quite the bang that I had hoped. I had really hoped with the Survival Episode 1 that, you know, people would really buy into it, and seeing how I've made the lore to be a lot more sort of newbie friendly, you know, I really thought that would be good. Like, I thought it'd be a great starting point for people, but that doesn't seem to have been the case. And unfortunately, episode 1 of Survival, my new series in this world, has only gotten, in about like a month, over a month maybe, like 6,000 views, which, you know, is okay, but for an episode 1, I was really hoping that would do a lot better. Unfortunately, that's not the case. So then episode 2 came out and did, of course, as episode 2s always do, worse. So, you know, I don't know where that's at right now, because this is the world that I want to sort of make my sort of very long-term world, where I'm just going to build up 1,000,000 kingdoms and all that kind of stuff, and tell a story and everything. And I love that so much. I love it so much. I find it to be artistically rewarding and fun, but maybe I'm in the minority there, right? Like, maybe I'm in the minority of people who want to hear this story. So I don't know where we're at with that right now. I have been having a lot of fun on Stoneblock 3 over on the second channel. That's been great, because basically I can just record those fairly quickly. It's not grueling like some of these episodes can be, and you know, grueling not necessarily in an all negative way, because I do embrace the grind. I've talked about that a lot. I love the grind of Minecraft. I mean, heck, I'm taking down a mountain right here just to build this Kingdom of the Avon and collect all the mud. But you know, there is a lot of grind to these survival episodes that doesn't necessarily take place in the Stoneblock, and that's cool. And I've really been enjoying that a lot. So you know, I don't plan or foresee that going anywhere at all. I think the Stoneblock 3 series will just continue as is now. I may or may not release sort of every 10-day compilations on the main channel or not. I don't know. I tried that once. We'll see how it goes. I didn't expect it to do real well. You know, whenever you're releasing something that a lot of your most adamant viewers have already seen, you're probably not going to get tons of clicks, and that's totally fine. I didn't expect it. I just thought I'd put it up there as sort of a convenience for people who would like to see like a big, long 4-hour sort of just binge compilation of that, and anyone who maybe isn't subscribed to the second channel, that might be their first sort of view of that, and maybe bring them over to that as well. I am making a bit of a push on trying to get the second channel monetized too, because once that happens, then everything I put on over there will at least seem like it's like financially worth it, at least a little bit too, which would be really nice. But you know, not necessarily the only reason why I do the second channel, but that would be nice. That'd be a perk for sure. So there's that. Now, Dominion. Let's talk about Dominion, and that's going to lead me into sort of the mental health area that I'm going to get into next. Dominion is on a little bit of break for me, only because I hit kind of a wall, creatively, emotionally, personally, all that kind of stuff. I hit a place where on the home front, I needed to really focus on what is most important, and that is, of course, my family. As you know, everyone always says family first, and that is the most true statement like possible, right, to make. And I certainly subscribe to that. So family first, and I just needed to sort of reframe my mind in a way that I am putting, my wife and my kids first above YouTube and above, other things that have sort of gotten in between that. And I just kind of got to a point where I had a little bit of an epiphany and a realization where, I think we all slip from time to time in life. And I certainly slipped a little bit, and I think I want to get it back now. So that means I'm playing a lot less Minecraft or any video games these days than I have for the last probably couple years, especially during COVID and lockdown and all that kind of stuff, where I was really hammering it in. And I'm just doing less of that now, and the size of the builds that I often and typically do mean that it's going to be longer between episodes because these builds take a really long time. And if I'm obviously playing less, there's going to be less time to do that. Hopefully you'll understand. I am going to be still continuing to work on these huge projects. In fact, actually, I may be working more on these huge projects because I may be putting in more time per episode because I don't think that, given the performance of episode 1 and episode 2 of Survival here, I don't think that maybe the somewhat shorter episodes, although heck, look what I did in 2 episodes, but the somewhat shorter episodes maybe aren't working, so maybe I need to do the bigger episodes, which release a lot less frequently, right? So instead of release 1 a week, which was my goal, it might be 1 every 3 weeks or 1 a month, with a lot more progress. Maybe a lot longer episode, like maybe the episodes will be an hour long. I don't know. I really don't know. So I don't know. I'm sure where I'm at right there. I've been doing a lot of thinking, a lot of soul searching on what I want to do for the channel and things like that. The 100 days content is doing not great overall on all of YouTube. I think that trend has really died down, which is I understand why it's ridiculously oversaturated, but that's how a lot of y'all found me. And I am eternally grateful for it. My last couple 100 days videos are like in the 25,000 to 30,000 view sort of area. And that's not great compared to where it was, although that's a lot better than what these have been. So, I do wonder if a lot of my audience is very modded centric because all of those, essentially all or close to all of those, have mods, right? So I have been wondering if my audience is like, hey, no, we love mods more than vanilla. My heart is in vanilla, to be honest. Although I love playing modded, I really do. But my heart is in building a long-term vanilla world. Is that possible anymore on YouTube? Because series are dying. Shadow Mac and I talked long ago about how series are really doing badly all across YouTube, unless you're one of the absolute big cats, right? Like unless you're one of the million subscriber folks. But like series are dying. Maybe people are looking for more one-off videos. That's not what I'm looking for personally, but again, just because that's what I am or am not looking for doesn't necessarily mean that is the average viewer idea, right? That's not what the average person's looking for. So I don't know. I've always loved a series, but I'm a little older than a lot of folks who watch Minecraft on YouTube. So I've always loved watching a series and watching a world grow and storyline and all that kind of stuff. Obviously, look at the videos I make. I make what I love, and I'm going to continue to make what I love, because if I don't, I just won't do this anymore. That's what I've always felt like. If I have to go chasing trends just to build my channel, then I'll just stop, right? Because that's not something I'm interested in personally. I got very lucky because the 100 days trend, well, to be totally honest, when I first started the 100 days, I didn't even know it was a trend at all. I found one video by Forge Labs and thought, oh, that's cool. I should try something like that. I didn't know it was a whole thing at all. I was kind of blindsided as I got more into it, how a lot of people were doing that, because maybe I was a little bit more on the front side of that a little bit, but I was shocked. I was shocked to find out that a lot of people were doing that. I only did one. I wasn't chasing that trend at all. I was just trying to sort of put my own spin on a concept that I thought was really cool and unique. So, if I can find maybe a trend that I could do that with, something like that, if I could find my own way to do a unique and interesting creative spin, then maybe that's something I would do. But as of now, I don't see it. I don't feel motivated to sort of chase that trend. That doesn't seem like something that is even a little bit, even like 1% interesting to me, to be really honest. So I don't know. I don't know where we're at with that. I don't really even know what I'm saying right now, to be honest. I guess I'm just saying that I am just going to keep on hanging in there, though content may slow down more so than it's been for a little while. I have been releasing the lore segments, the lore clips from inside the episodes, because if people want to catch up down the road, I want to have them, give them a place where they can kind of quickly catch up and not have to watch all, hundreds of hours of video. So I have been releasing those. They're on their own playlist. I mean, again, they are also not doing great. I didn't expect them to. That was something I was doing sort of to help out maybe anyone who might be new or whatever. I thought that would just be kind of a nice way to get in if you wanted to. So those lore segments will always be there. If you want to refresh, maybe, because they're very short. They're like, each one is like between 2 and 4 minutes long. So if you ever wanted to refresh before a new episode came out, that would be like the place to refresh the story. And I'll try to keep that. I'll try to make sure that that's really updated as well, and just try to make sure that there's always a place where you can just jump in. That was something that I really wanted to make a focus whenever I restarted the hardcore series as a survival world. What do I have on the docket coming up? Honestly, the multiplayer thing right now for me, mentally, the multiplayer thing, as much as I love my friends and I miss my friends on Dominion, I miss them. I talk to them on Discord and we still talk all the time, and I'm not leaving. Don't even get that out there. I'm not leaving Dominion or anything like that. I can't quite get my mind wrapped around doing multiplayer right now. I just can't. I want to in my head, but I can't get myself to do it. And I can't really explain that any better than that. I'm hoping that this is a phase of my sort of mental health and mental well-being that will be over quickly, and I can get back into playing and hijinks and pranks and goofing around and all that kind of stuff with my friends. But right now, at this exact moment, for the last couple weeks, or even maybe, has it been a couple months? At least a month. I just can't do it. I don't know. I don't have a better explanation than that. I wish I did, but I don't. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying there. I just need to step away from the multiplayer thing just for a little bit and sort of get my brain back together. I guess another thing to talk about is where have the live streams gone, and that's kind of, again, going back to what I've been talking about focusing on the family and all that kind of stuff, the home front, everything I want to do. What I've been doing in the mornings whenever I have my 2.5 hours of free time when the kids are at school or whatever, I have been working on the house and doing some projects and making sure I keep up with all that kind of stuff. I've been recording some. I did play a little bit of World of Warcraft whenever it came out. That was kind of fun. It was a little bit, gave me that old nostalgic feeling of playing WoW again, because I spent a lot of time playing World of Warcraft back in the olden days, and it has been fun. The new expansion has been really great, so that's been cool. I just decided that I wasn't getting as much. I wasn't getting as much done on a live stream as I could in a shorter recording session. So I decided to do that sort of instead. Focus on recording and the episodes, and I'll get back to live streaming when and if that ever seems like the right time. So unfortunately right now, no. The other thing is that for those of you who did follow me over on Facebook, you might say, hey, there were no Facebook videos recently. Yeah, there's some sort of weird bug and glitch where I cannot upload any Facebook videos right now, and it's been going on for weeks. I've tried several times. I actually reached out to tech support, and I heard back from them initially, and then I've not heard anything in quite a while. So I don't know. I literally cannot upload a video to Facebook right now. I was trying to put up the Stoneblock series over there, and I can't. So I don't know. I can't do anything about it. I don't know what else to do about there. The lore segments are taking the place of the shorts, which is essentially the same thing, really, except for I don't have to edit them down to 9:16 format, which just saves me some time over on that front, and I think probably accomplishes roughly the same goal. as what it was, which was give people a chance to catch up. So that's pretty much what the shorts really were, and now I've just replaced that with the lore clips playlist over on the main channel. So that's gonna. So basically, here's where we're at. Basically, here's to sum up this big, long, rambling channel update video. And there's one more thing that I want to talk about here, because the format, I think, of survival episodes is going to change to be a lot more old school. I was watching Building with B-Dubs, which is his single-player building series, which I've watched for a long time. It's one of my first YouTube sort of entryways into watching Minecraft on YouTube. One of the early people that I found, and you know, it's very informal, talking about building and all that kind of stuff, and I love that. You know, I love that, and I think that's what this essentially is. This is essentially building with Fix, right? I mean, that's what this series is, with the lore segments sort of added in. So I don't see any reason to try to be incredibly slick in my editing and that kind of stuff. It doesn't seem like it has made the biggest difference ever, and it's a huge amount of time to take to edit those together. So what I'm thinking is bring these back to a little bit more talky kind of episodes and roll them out. Then the highly edited sort of episodes that will continue to come out will be sort of like the Dominion episodes when that comes back. If I do any more 100 Days videos or any more event videos, those will be that. Those will be the very sort of voiceover, you know, all the stuff you've seen on the channel for a while. But I think that this survival series, I think, is going to turn a lot more into an old school kind of Let's Play. I mean, look, the reality is that's what I started watching. That's what I fell in love with in Minecraft, and times have changed a little bit where, you know, everyone who's doing videos like, hey, in a single episode, I tore down the entire End Island and built a giant end castle and recreated the universe and built the world's biggest pizza and built an LA castle and built blah, 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 right? It's so much that I have two choices as a YouTuber who is first and foremost a dad and a husband, and also a full-time musician on side of that. I have two choices, and that is ramp up my game to the point of where I am competing with that level of grind per episode, or do what I love. Do the things that make me really happy and that make me enjoy the game and the artistic and the creative side of it. And I think that that's where I'm going to come down on it. I think. You know, I'm not saying that these episodes are going to be, you know, one take. They're not. I mean, this one is good, kind of, but, you know, this is a channel update. But I mean the real episodes, they're not going to be one take. You know, there's going to be some modern sort of leniences towards how I'm going to be editing it together, but it's not going to be like it was, I don't think. I think the way I was doing it before was just, it was too much for what I love, right? Does that make sense? I don't know. Hopefully it does. So I think that's going to be basically the idea. So to sum up, where are we at here? Stone Block's going to continue as is. I'm really enjoying that series. This series is going to be my only other series for right now, until I can get my head sort of on straight and get back into multiplayer stuff. And by the way, everyone from Dominion is aware of this. They've all been unbelievably supportive and cool. So like, we're all on the same page. We're all very good friends. You know, everyone knows that I just need to step away from the multiplayer thing. They all get it. They all know what's going on. I've been very open and transparent about it with all of them. They're about my closest friends on the internet, or well, at all, really, because you know, I don't see real people that much. So anyway, so we're all cool. Everyone's cool. I'm gonna be back to Dominion. I just need some time. So I'm going to be doing Stone Block on the second channel and Survival on the main channel, and that, for right now, is it. So hopefully that's enough for you. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you hang out and stick in there with me. If you haven't watched the Survival series, I really wish you would. The very first episode of it, I got a couple comments on that video saying like, oh, I'd love to catch up, but the storyline is so sprawling. Listen, the first Survival episode 1 has a catch up. It's a 2-minute catch up. You watch that 2 minutes and you are good. You're ready to go. So if you haven't watched it, boy, I'd sure appreciate it if you would, because I think we're gonna do some really cool things, some really fun world building things, some things that maybe you haven't ever seen before overall as far as a storytelling mode. So yeah, so please check out the survival mode or survival world if you haven't, and I will yeah, I'll see you soon. Okay, love y'all. Bye.